Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Tag Along. We're with Ammar Alshukry here, and we are discussing the 99 names. This episode of the 99 names is going to be going over what?
𝐷ُّوس and AsSalaam.
AlQuddus and AsSalaam, the source of purity and the source of peace.
AsSalaam is the one who's free from all deficiencies.
Oh, okay.
Sadim, it comes from Sadim. Sadim means the one who's free from defects. So AsSalaam is the one who's free from all deficiencies. That's the minor or major. That's the major.
Mainer?
Yeah, I was like, what is that? But that's the major meaning of the word AsSalaam.
Okay.
And so AlQuddus, before that, AlQuddus is the one who's
Source of all purity?
yeah, he's pure.
Pure.
Allah Azza wa Jalla is pure. And
Okay.
so of the meanings of AlQuddus is that he's the one who is pure from all deficiencies. Allah Azza wa Jalla. And the names are resembling in that sense.
So Allah is free from all impurity.
Yep.
And all that is bad, essentially.
Yep, all defects.
All defects. Whereas Salam is... But, okay, so...
Allah is AlQuddus. He's the one. Because here's the thing. You're not going to have just one name. I see you trying to separate what's the difference between them. But each name has additional connotations that the other name doesn't
Because
have.
here's what I'm thinking. This is probably what other people might be thinking as well. Maybe. Is that... Okay, you say Assalamu alaikum. Could one say Al-Quddus alaikum?
No, you can't. You can't. It doesn't even work. Al-Quddus alaykum. But the whole point is AsSalaam, because AsSalaam also means the meaning of peace. And that's what you mean when you say Assalamu alaikum. Like,
Yeah.
I'm asking Allah Azza wa Jal for peace and security and blessings for you. And I'm asking Allah Azza wa Jal to protect you and to protect you from whatever mistakes and shortcomings and all of that become deficiencies.
Okay.
But Qadasa has an aspect of holiness,
Sacredness.
sacredness,
Okay.
sanctity. And so Al-Quddus is the one who's pure in all senses, and that's what holy actually means, right?
Al-Quddus.
Al-Quddus.
So this is a place of... Okay, I get it. So it's a place of... Not a place of peace, a place of salam, but a place of sanctity, sacredness, Al-Quddus. That's why we connect with
Completeness, all of that.
completeness. Okay. Feeling whole, being whole through the one who is whole.
Yes. And so Allah Azza wa Jal is Al-Quddus. He's the one who's pure. And what that means also is that to approach Allah, nothing that's impure approaches Allah. And so we have to purify ourselves. And so the heart that's impure, it's very hard for that heart to be close to Allah, right? And so for me to get closer to Allah, I have to purify my heart as best as I can. And the people of paradise, they won't enter paradise until they've been purified.
Okay.
That's what the angels say to them. Salamun alaykum tibtum. Oh, peace be upon you. You've been purified.
Okay.
Fadkhuluha khalidin. So enter into paradise eternally.
So then tayyib
Means pure.
So is there any relation to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in regards to the word tayyib?
I don't know of him having a name
Okay.
of At-Tayyib
But the Medina is tayyiba.
because it's pure.
Okay.
It's tayyibah, it's pure. And Jannah is tayyibah to turba, as the Prophet ﷺ said. Its soil is pure, and it's an abode of purity.
It goes into the shahad. At-tahiyyatu lillahi wa salatu wa
Tayyibat.
tayyibat.
Yep.
Assalamu alayk ayyuhan nabi. Okay.
So you're attributing all of this purity, qadasa, this quddus, to Allah Azza wa Jal. And what that
so what's the
entails,
difference between quddus and qadasa?
every qadasa is just what's it called?
The verb?
No. Qadasa is
The description?
the noun.
The noun. Okay.
Or whatever. I have no idea what you call it in English or Arabic.
Okay.
But it's Al-Quddus. You're attributing holiness. So Qadasa is holiness. You're
Okay.
attributing that to Allah.
Oh, so
Azza wa Jal.
qadasa is the descriptive word of being sacred.
Exactly.
Okay.
Quddus also means barakah.
Okay.
So Allah Azza wa Jal is the one who gives blessings. Allah Azza wa Jal is the one who makes places blessed.
Is
like
that why places of purity
Baytul
are blessed?
Maqdis,
Okay.
right? It is Quds, Al-Quds, right? You have the same concept.
Al-Quds.
And it is a city that is blessed. It is a place that is blessed. It's a house, Baytul Maqdis, a place that is blessed. And Allah Azza wa Jalla is the one, being Al-Quddus, He's the one who makes certain things blessed. He makes times blessed. He makes Ramadan blessed. He makes the first 10 days of the Hijjah blessed. He makes places blessed.
What is it? What's the word that he
says-
uses for that?
What do you mean?
Like, does he call it Quds? Does he call it?
No.
What does he call it?
Mubarak.
Mubarak. Okay.
So then it comes to this term of barakah, the secondary meaning of Quddus.
Okay.
And so a place becomes Mubarak, or a place that becomes blessed. He blesses a person's wealth. He blesses a person's lifespan. So a person at the age of 40 might do what another person would take them twice the amount of time to do, right? Or he blesses a person's wealth. They don't really have a lot of money per se, but they get so much blessing out of that wealth that, you know, someone who has double their income may not be able to actually achieve. And so Allah Azza wa Jalla is the one who does that. And so what this name teaches us is to actually seek blessings from Allah Azza wa Jalla. Okay. Then we come to AsSalaam, and AsSalaam is the one who's free from all imperfections. So Allah Azza wa Jalla is AsSalim. He's the one who's free from all imperfections. So any imperfection that is attributed to Allah, we know that Allah Azza wa Jalla is free from that. And so
the idea that God would get tired.
Exactly. And that's what Allah Azza wa Jalla exactly says. He says, وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Allah says that we've created the heavens and the earth, وَمَا بَيْنَهُمَا, and what's between them, فِي سِتَّةِ أَيَّامٍ, in 6 days, وَمَا مَسَّنَا مِن لُغُوبٍ, and we weren't afflicted by exhaustion. We didn't get tired. There was no need to rest. So that exact concept, Allah Azza wa Jalla, He rejects it. And
I totally didn't even know that you were going to cover that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. But that's all. But the whole point is that it's logical, right?
Yeah.
And so Allah Azza wa Jalla, He says, you know, on the day of judgment, He says, تَحِيَّتُهُمْ يَوْمَ يَلْقَوْنَهُ سَلَامٌ وَعَدَّ لَهُمْ أَجْرًا كَرِيمًا, and that on the day of judgment that people are going to say salam, or that people when they enter into paradise are going to say salam. And Allah
so
Azza
that
wa Jalla
way when people come into Jannah, it's a place where there is no exhaustion, there is no tiredness,
and there's no deficiency.
Okay.
Now khalas, like you are now entering into an abode that is Darus Salam. It's the abode that is free from all imperfection and deficiency. And
so Jannah is Darus Salam.
Jannah is Darus Salam.
Okay.
And Allah Azza wa Jalla is AsSalam. Right? And so Allah Azza wa Jalla is, you know, one of the ways that we interact with this name is that we recognize that Allah Azza wa Jalla is AsSalam in what He gives and what He withholds. There's no imperfection with regards to, if Allah withholds from you, He's not withholding out of stinginess. Allah isn't withholding because of lack of resources or anything like that.
It's
Allah is withholding because of He's Al-Hakim as well, right? So all of that comes from Allah's perfect ability, and at no point in time does what I have or what I don't have, whether it's functions of my body or whether it's resources that I had wished to acquire, is it due to an imperfection on Allah's part.
So essentially, one shouldn't say, like, how come a shortcoming on God's part for whatever.
There's no lapse of judgment.
Yeah.
There's no mistakes. There's none of that.
Got it. Okay. So Allah is AsSalam. Jannah is Darus Salam. You've got Quddus or Qadasa, which has to do with a place of sacredness, holy, sanctity, and that's related to Mubarak because it's also blessed.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep.
These are the three that go together?
These are two that go together.
What about Mubarak?
Mubarak, I was just answering what you had mentioned. It was a question that you had, but it wasn't, it's not a name of him.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So Quddus and AsSalam.
Yeah. Quddus and AsSalam.
I'm assuming Allah also couples these names together in the Quran.
AsSalam and
Al-Quddus AsSalam.
Well, they're a couple together in the end of Surah Al-Hashr.
Okay.
But that's just a long list of names.
Got it.
Yeah.
But
off the top of my head, I don't think actually there are any.
So when would it be appropriate to use Quddus versus Salam in making dua, or reaching out to Allah, or in referring to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in either of the two? So
AsSalam would be, you know, you're asking Allah Azza wa Jal, obviously number one, for peace for yourself.
Okay.
Right? Allah Azza wa Jal, Allahumma anta as-salam wa minka as-salam, tabarakta rabbana wa ta'alayta ya dhal jalali wal ikram. This is a dua that you make. Allah, you are as-salam, and from you comes this peace and this security and this freedom from deficiency. As for Al-Quddus, I can't think of off the top of my head a dua that the Prophet ﷺ made with this concept of Al-Quddus, but based on the meanings that we say, that we've shared, Al-Quddus would be used for something like, I'm asking Allah Azza wa Jal for blessings in something that I have. Right? I'm asking Allah to bless something that I own, or something that I desire, or something that I want that barakah in it. And so I ask Allah Azza wa Jal by that.
So asking barakah versus having wholeness and satisfaction and security.
And peace, yeah.
And peace. Okay. Got it.
Or you can combine them together.
True.
You know, and that's really, this is part of this concept of ahsaha, that I'm trying to figure out, and I'm contemplating, and I'm planning for my supplications, and I'm using words that I hope to be effective in the dua that I make.
That concludes our session on Al-Quddus and AsSalam. Join us next time on Tag Along with Ammar Alshukry on the 99 names of Allah. Assalamu alaikum.